Hi, welcome to Community Talk. My name is Candace Ream, and I am the local representative for the Windcatcher Energy Connection Project. And I'm joined today with Mike Hickson from Public Service Oklahoma. And thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Candace.
Yes. So tell me a little bit about who PSO is and why Windcatcher is important to Oklahomans.
Well, PSO has been providing electric service for over 100 years in Oklahoma. We serve approximately 2 million customers in western and eastern Oklahoma. We have 1,500 employees working to basically keep prices most affordable, the energy dependable, and just proud of the communities we serve where we live.
That's great. I know, growing up Southeast Oklahoma, I'm familiar with PSO, so I'm glad to get to work on a project and have you over in my part of the country. So I'm glad y'all are here.
Well, good. We're happy to be here.
So how does the Windcatcher project as a whole work?
Well, we're going to have a wind generation wind plant in Texas and Cimarron counties in the panhandle of Oklahoma, just out in the Guyman area. We're going to have a substation built there and one just north of Tulsa. And there's going to be a 350-mile power line built that will feed what's produced in the panhandle with the wind farm to Tulsa and to interconnect with all of our customers. Okay,
and I understand this is a large project for PSO.
This is a very large project that we're very proud of. It will be the largest wind generation plant in the nation, second largest in the world.
That is something to be very proud of as an Oklahoman, to have that coming to our state. So
very much so.
Really exciting. So what kind of savings do you project for PSO customers?
Well, we're looking at, there's going to be over $2 billion in savings to our customers. So it's able, we can helps keep our prices very affordable. We've already got a generation fleet that includes 6 natural gas plants, 2 coal plants, and so the wind energy from Windcatcher is just a great addition.
So once this project is complete, do you know kind of what percentage of wind energy PSO might be?
It'll put all of our customers on approximately 40% of wind energy.
That's great. Diversifying that is fantastic for the state. So what kind of jobs might come with this project?
Well, that's a good question. There's going to be approximately over 4,000 direct jobs created during the construction of this process. And then there'll be 80 to 90 permanent jobs once it's completed.
Okay, that's huge in a time of job need. So that's going to be great as well. We talked about savings for PSO customers, but how does that translate to the rest of the state?
Well, for the rest of the state, it's going to be a $4.5 billion project, and so there's going to be no state incentives. So really, that's a win for everyone when you get that kind of an investment in the state of Oklahoma. Then we've got the landowners and the schools and the counties. The power line's going to go across the 11 counties in northern Oklahoma, and they'll all benefit from that with ad valorem taxes with the schools and everything.
That's a $4.5 billion investment is huge, especially with no tax incentives to help out in a time when our state is in a budget crisis and has needs.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. So let's talk a little bit more about the wind farm. Do you know about how many turbines are going to be built?
There's going to be 800 2.5 megawatt GE wind turbines. So it's a very large project, and
so the wind farm is actually a relationship between PSO and Invenergy. Can you tell me a little bit more about that relationship?
Sure. Invenergy, which is North America's largest independent privately held renewable energy company, is leading the development of the Windcatcher facility. Subject to regulatory approvals, PSO and our sister company, SWEPCO, will acquire the facility once it's operational.
Okay, so once it's operational and it's acquired by PSO, it'll actually be a privately owned operation.
That's correct.
Okay, that's great. So we have the 800 wind turbines, and we now have to get the power lines from there to the substation. So we actually mentioned there's 350 miles
Yes.
about that's going to be developed. And to do that, we actually held 11 open houses and invited people that might be affected by the power lines to come in and give us their comments. Why do you think it's important to actually get that feedback from these landowners?
Well, it's very important, and it's part of the process. We want everyone involved. We're not just going to come in and say, we're running this line down this route. There's lots of reasons, and important reasons, and we wanted to involve everyone that could potentially be affected by this. So we sent them letters, had open houses in 11 counties that this power line is going to run through. We had great attendance, and we just wanted to hear from them. Any concerns? Most of them are very happy with it and supportive. But we had comment cards for anyone to talk to. If there's things that we can't tell that's on a map, they could give us some good information. And that's why we had different proposed routes. So once everyone had their chance to give us some information, tell us what they could, then we look at that, and then we'll make a final route determination. That determination has not been finalized yet, but I know they're looking at that.
Yes, I know for myself, being the field representative, I was very impressed with the amount of compassion and attention and really the concern that PSO had coming into this. You know, it can be intimidating coming into an area where people don't know your company.
Right.
And I really appreciated living here myself that concern was present and continues to be present. So the open house was a great experience for me, not only as an employee of this project, but as a local citizen, getting to actually see, you know, my fellow community members and say, what do you have to say? What can you tell us about your land? Nobody knows your land better than you do.
That's true.
And, you know, no map can tell me everything that I need to know. So getting that input was fantastic, and it was a great experience for me.
Good.
At that point. So the open houses were really beneficial to the project. And you mentioned that a final route has not been determined. Do you know when that might take place?
Well, a final route for the placement of the power lines to connect the wind farm from the substation, the Panhandle, the substation in North Tulsa, it has not been finalized yet. Study segments were announced in October, and since that time, we have been receiving feedback from potentially impacted landowners and community members in a variety of ways. We will continue to review feedback from landowners and expect to announce a proposed route in early 2018, so coming up pretty quick. The line is expected to go into service by late 2020.
That's great. This is a very fast-moving project, and but it's very exciting. It's groundbreaking for our state, so it's fast, but it's also invigorating that we're just running and honestly changing Oklahoma's reputation for energy, and the fact that PSO is getting to be, you know, the leader on that and just really paving the way is great.
Well, I agree.
So
and we're blessed to be in Oklahoma, where wind is one of our natural resources, and it's a good one.
absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming in today and giving all of us a little bit more information that we needed. I really appreciate it. To everyone out there, if you have any questions about the Wind Catcher project, I am your contact. You can reach me directly at 580-977-6989. We also have a 1-800 number where you can leave a message where I can contact you back. That number is 1-833-PSO-INFO, or you can go to our website, www.windcatcherenergy.com. You can also email us. It's at info@windcatcherenergy.com. Thanks for having us in today.
Hi, this is Carmen Ball. I'm the Executive Director at Hedges Regional Speech and Hearing Center. We've been on East Randolph for over 50 years, And if you have any questions about hearing or speech for yourself or someone in your family, please give us a phone call. Watch for us on Community Talk. Take care.
Hi, I'm Brenda Bingham with the Blue Star Mothers, and I have with me Jolene Taylor, our treasurer. And we're going to share a few things with you today and hopefully have some good entertainment here. So, Jolene, can you tell them what time our meetings are?
Okay. Our meetings are Thursday, second Thursday of every month at 6:30, and our packing meeting is the fourth Thursday of every month at 6:30, and that's in the mall at our Blue Star Mother's room.
Right, between the Cookie Company and Dillard's. And that's every month except for this month. We will have our business meeting, but we will not have the packing meeting on Thursday night because we're going to be doing turkey and dressing like the rest of you. But we've already sent out our Thanksgiving care packages. And so our next packages is going to be December the 2nd. And that's going to be the troop boxes with Christmas and all homemade baked goodies, whatever we can put in there that will make them feel at home. So you got any suggestions?
Yeah, well, we've had Christmas cards donated to
Right.
us, so they will get Christmas cards. And, Brenda and I usually make pumpkin bread and for them. And last year, I don't know how it went over, but I made little individual cheesecakes. And just anything that you think they would have had at home.
Exactly.
Just, anything that's homemade and a tradition maybe for their family or something. And it just, makes them feel
Exactly.
better. And the guys are always willing to share with their buddies that
Exactly.
don't get things, so and that makes
Yes.
it good for them too.
Yes. So cookies is a big thing too. We make sure that there's lots of cookies because they share that too. We try to put turkey and dressing little Hormel dinners in there. They're not the best, but it's the idea that counts. And what else? Oh, pies.
Pies, the little bottle
Excuse me.
pecan pies and cherry pies and stuff, that you can buy in the store.
Yeah, we usually go out to Walmart and we get them. They're just the little pies, but they're. I would like to get mostly pumpkin and pecan because that seems to be the
Best.
Thanksgiving and Christmas type things. But we love to just put a smile on their face and let them know that this is the hardest part of the years, I think, for them to be deployed. And, a lot of these, we just received 35 names for our local, but it was actually 147 troops just deployed, and they're in the Iraq area. They apparently they just left. They may have just gotten on the ground the way I understand it. So we split up those names, and now we're waiting on the other names that is supposed to be shipping out in December. They're in training right now, and they'll leave the States in December. And so we may not get those names until January. But if we do, we'll put a rush on it and get them Christmas packages too, because how hard to be deployed in a strange place with Christmas right there, and it's so hard. So as moms, you know how we are. Jolene, would you like to talk about your grandson and what
Yeah.
he's doing?
Well, he's stationed up in Fort Drum in upper state New York, and I got a text from him yesterday. He says, "What kind of ham do I eat?" And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, So I texted him back and said, I usually bake a cured ham, and I said, well, is your friend cooking Thanksgiving dinner for you? And he said, no, he said, she's cooking the ham. But he says, I don't know what I'm getting into. And I thought, what do you mean? You know, he said, well, I'm supposed to go to her grandmother's. And he said, I'm so used to your food. I don't know what I'm getting into. And I got to laughing because I raised him and he's really spoiled on my cooking, you know. So
I think they all are, you
Yeah.
know, when you have your specialties that you've grown
Yeah.
up with and all that. And so my family's getting together at my niece's house this year. It's usually at mine, but I moved to a smaller place, so I get out of that now. I get to go to their house. But we always have a lot of people,
Yeah.
usually around
Well,
20, 25 people.
this is the,
So-
I cooked my first Thanksgiving dinner in 1959.
Wow.
And this is the second Thanksgiving in all them years that I am not cooking.
Oh,
I'm going to
wow.
someone else's house.
Wow.
And it seems a little strange, but it'll be okay.
But you know, our kids and our families tend to go different directions, especially
They
if they're in
do.
the military.
Yeah.
So you just make up and do what you got to do. But you know, for us, it's always about our families and our sons and daughters who serve, and for the mothers and the dads who their families are all over the country. You know, it's so kind of depressing this time of year to.
Right.
To have to sit at that table with that one person missing or their whole family missing. So just know that you're in our thoughts and prayers, and we've been there, and
Right.
and we know exactly how you feel. So
course.
just remember, you've got the good times coming that you'll get to redo this all over.
Of course, my grandson told me last night, he says, well, you know, if I was home, you would be cooking Thanksgiving dinner, you know, so.
Yeah, of course. Well, back to, you know, we could sit here and talk about our families all day long and Thanksgiving, and we're so thankful. But I am thankful for our troops. I'm thankful that they're out there fighting for our freedom, and they give up their whole lives for our freedom. So we appreciate them so much.
Yes.
And we pray for them all the time, and we'd like for y'all to pray for them too, and their families as they go through this. The sons and daughters is not the only ones that's serving. Their families go through this too.
Right.
And it's very, very difficult. And then, you know, it's not always bad though. It's good times. There's you know, the times that they have their time at home and they have their freedom. And as a military wife and a military mom, I know that those times come when you get the free time and you have extra things to do with your family, and it's always a blessing no matter how you look at it. So we're just so thankful.
Yeah, and
But-
also being a military wife, you know, I know what it is to be away from, you know, your family and
exactly.
stuff. And but you go on, you have to go on.
That's right. That's right. And you know, I get to shop at the commissary too because of my husband's retirement and all. But I was out there last night getting a few things, the last minute things that you can't buy until the last minute. And of course, there was the young wives out there, and they're shopping, and they're trying to figure out what to get here and what to get there. And of course, being a mom and a grandma, you know, you have to help them out a little bit. But, you know, we have discovered that it's so different when you live in the southern states. They cook this way, and when you live upstate New York and
That's different.
and Jersey and all that, they cook different. So this girl's showing me that she's got a Jiffy cornbread mix, and it's all I can think is, please don't put that in your dressing.
because it's sugar.
But anyway, some of those stories that we come up with. But back to our troops. We keep getting off on Thanksgiving. I guess we just didn't want to bore y'all with everything that we say every
Yeah.
time we're on here. But our troops we're going to continue to send these care packages. And right now we're filled up. We're doing well. We've been supported well by Northwest Oklahoma. And I want to say thank you so much to the people that helped us out with the fundraisers out at Walmart. It was an excellent fundraiser, and y'all help us out so much, and we're so thankful for that. And then you want to talk about our parade that we just had?
Oh, yes, we were involved in helping with the VVA putting on this Veterans Day parade. And if everything really went smooth and it, was a nice parade and there wasn't a lot of people because of the weather, but it was a good parade.
It was, and we had a good turnout as far as the people that participates in the parade. And one thing that we would like to thank is Enid Television for that also, because we got to talk about that on here. We got to invite people on here, and then I got to talk with Steve Kime and about the parade and about our veterans and things that happen. So without all that publicity from Enid Television and Steve Kime, it could have not been as successful
Right.
as it was. So thank you, Steve, so much for having me on and helping us to get through that. It was kind of nerve-wracking, but we did it. And we're thankful for Woodring Wall of Honor and what they've accomplished out there. It's all about our veterans.
It is.
So when you get a chance to go out there and look around and see all the new things that's out there, just remember it's out there because of our veterans.
Yes.
And it's to show what they've been through from way back. This year our parade was all about the World War II veterans, and we had several, 3 or 4 that was really our World War II veterans. And it's so nice to see them get out there and be so excited that they're in the parade and all of that. So,
And I would like to say, I don't want to, but Friday I will be at the mall on Black Friday, and we do have a nice selection of homemade beaded necklaces that are going to go by donation only. So if you want to come in, maybe you can pick up a cheap Christmas present or something,
right.
And we have our Raida knives, and I'm going to be there Friday, not 10 to 5, so.
And the Raida knives really make very nice gifts. But these necklaces are nice, and they will make very nice gifts
Right.
for
They're all
someone.
homemade.
So if you stop in and see us, you'll be surprised at what you can get and make some good gifts for somebody.
Right.
And we'll be out to the mall. We haven't set our hours yet, but we will get them set soon. And our time is almost up, so just stop by and say hi. We're at the mall. We are usually there on Thursdays and Fridays from 10 to 5, like Jolene said. But I want to take this moment to say, be thankful that we have our troops to take care of us and to keep us free. Be thankful for your families. And I'm just so thankful that we have every day to be able to serve our troops like we do. It's very important to the Blue Star mothers.
And very rewarding.
It is. And there's so many different times that we get a soldier or sailor or a Marine that comes in and says, "Thank you, I received your boxes," and it just makes your day. I mean, it makes your day just to pack that box and know that you're getting that box sent out. But when they come back and say, "Hey, I received your boxes," it really makes you smile and makes you think, I did a good job, and I'm so glad that I touched their lives. So thank you, Northwest Oklahoma. Thank you, Enid Television. And for me, I hope you all have a very happy Thanksgiving.
Same for me.
Else? And the Blue Star Mothers wish you all the best, and thank you again.
Hi, I'm Lisa Maggie backyard with Creative Arts Enid. Find us on Facebook and our website, creativeartsenid.com. We're at 222 East Maple. Come get creative with us and watch for us on Community Talk.